the real reason the U.S. government is still shut down. Washington, D.C. The United States government has now been shut down for weeks, and despite endless meetings and press conferences, there's still no deal to reopen it. But what's really behind this political crisis? The truth goes deeper than just money. It's about power, priorities, and a fierce fight over healthcare. That's how it all started. Every year, Congress must pass funding bills to keep the government running. This year, that deadline came on October 1st, 2025. But lawmakers couldn't agree on how to move forward, which triggered an automatic shutdown of many federal agencies. At first, it looked like a typical budget dispute. But behind the scenes, it was really about healthcare, specifically, whether to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies that help millions of Americans afford their insurance. What each side wan. TS Senate Democrats, led by Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, are demanding that any government funding bill must also include an extension of those ACA subsidies for at least another year. They argue that without them, healthcare premiums could spike for millions of working-class families, and that the government should protect people, not punish them during an economic slowdown. On the other hand, Republicans, led by Senate Majority Leader John Thune, insist that Democrats are trying to use the shutdown as leverage. They want what they call a clean funding bill, one that reopens the government first and debates healthcare separately. Republicans claim that mixing policy demands with a basic funding bill is dangerous and sets a bad precedent for the FUT. Why the shutdown keeps dragging? So why can't they just compromise? Because both sides see this moment as a political test of strength. Democrats believe caving now would make them look weak, especially before the 2026 elections. Republicans fear that giving in would encourage Democrats to attach new conditions to every future budget bill. In short, neither party wants to be the first to be. Link the human eye. Impact. While politicians argue, everyday Americans are paying the price. Over 2 million federal workers have gone weeks without pay. National parks, museums, and federal offices are closed or operating at minimum capacity. Programs like SNAP food aid and childcare assistance are running out of funds. And if the subsidies aren't renewed soon, health insurance premiums could rise sharply for millions of families in early 2026. Travelers are facing delays. Small businesses dependent on government contracts are struggling, and morale among public employees has plummeted. The real reason behind the real reason the U.S. government is still shut down isn't just the lack of a budget. It's the battle over who sets the agenda in Washington. Democrats see this as their moment to secure lasting healthcare protections. Republicans see it as a line in the sand, refusing to let policy demands hold the government hostage. What started as a budget fight has turned into a political showdown over America's priorities: healthcare, fairness, and control of the narrative heading into the next election. What happened? Next talks continue behind closed doors, but progress remains slow. Some lawmakers are pushing for a short-term deal to reopen the government for a few weeks, while others want a long-term compromise that includes healthcare reforms. If no deal is reached soon, experts warn this could become one of the longest shutdowns in U.S. history, costing the economy billions and eroding public trust even if. The U.S. government isn't shut down because it has to be. It's shut down because both sides are locked in a high-stakes power struggle, one about principles, image, and political survival. Until someone bends, Washington stays frozen, and millions of Americans are left waiting for leaders to remember who they really were. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Who's really to blame for the shutdown? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss the latest trending news updates. Stay informed, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.